Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
Yeah, Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. I don't know what happened to our intro music. We should have had intro music there. Darn it.
Everything's all weird.
I know. What the heck? I had that all loaded up and everything. Oh, well. Yet another thing I got to figure out. It's still a new podcast. We're Going In Raw. On today's episode, we're talking about this week's NXT. We'll give our thoughts on Battleground because I know a lot of people wanted us to talk about that. We both watched it. Might as well talk about it. We're going to talk about this week's NXT TV. We're not going to do like a whole Battlegrounds review on everything.
Recap. It's a week. That happened a week ago.
Give our thoughts about
generally speaking, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to talk about that stuff. And then also we've got some news, including tonight's new WWE Universal title. They smash them together and create a new mega super title. Not a mega title because that's a different promotion. Man. This is going to be WWE. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to speculate about what that title is going to look like, what it should look like. And then we're also going to talk about CM Punk and what's going on with that guy. So let's go ahead and dive right into it.
Let's do it. So speaking of new titles, so Roman Reigns is set to celebrate 1,000 days. 1,000 days Universal Champion.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait, now it's back.
All right, very well.
Immediately we had problems with the stream, so we'll be re-uploading this one.
Oh dear. Anyways,
right, Larson, right. So what's going on in the news?
So yes, 1,000-day championship celebration for Roman Reigns tonight on Smackdown. It appears the Tribal Chief could be getting some new hardware during said celebration. Fightful Select reporting that as of Thursday night, WWE was set to unveil the quote new WWE Universal Championship in a ceremony similar to what they had when The Rock debuted the new WWE title in 2013. Of course, Fightful adds that plans are always subject to change, but at least as of Thursday night, there was some sort of creative memo or some sort of memorandum floating around which stated that this could be in the works. As far as you would expect, one of two things. You got the new World Heavyweight Championship, which of course very obviously references the old World Heavyweight Championship, just kind of with the giant WWE logo plastered right in the center of it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
What they could do is for this new Universal Championship or WWE Championship, whatever they call it, reference classic titles of WWE past, like a new take on the Winged Eagle deal, something like cool. That.
Yeah, right.
Maybe the Winged Eagle's on top of the giant WWE logo instead of the globe.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be. Something like that, because that's what Cody wants when he eventually wins it.
Yeah.
Is the Winged Eagle title.
Yeah, absolutely.
So make something that looks kind of like that. Harkens to the company's past while looking forward to the future. I don't even know if there's going to be any blue on it. It'd probably be wise to make them not reliant on brands.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So that way they can mix them up however they want to without having to change colors, whether it be the strap or in the design itself. That's kind of... I'm not expecting it, but, hey, that'd be neat.
Yeah, I sort of think that they're not going to stray too far from what they have now. I mean, I don't know. I would like, if it was me, I would sort of go a little bit closer to, I put more gold on it. That's what I would do. I mean, right now, there's not a lot of gold on it. It's just like, strap. And then I don't even know, does it even have I guess it has a back plate. And then like a lot of what I would assume are precious jewels. Like, I don't know if they're diamonds. I don't know how much this thing costs, or if it
was diamonds, that'd be a very expensive title.
I think it'd be an incredibly expensive title.
Yeah,
I don't think they're spending more than like $15,000 on this thing, but maybe.
I'd be surprised it was that much.
So yeah, I think this thing. Well, how much do you think this title costs?
Well, it's probably not real gold, first of all.
There's a good craftsmanship, though. But you think the materials are
you
cheap
can't fault
shit?
the craftsmanship. What is it from Star Trek? Gold-plated latinum?
Yeah. So
is that what it is?
They're putting fictional metals in there now.
Yes, exactly. We got Cody Mantium, so why not gold-plated latinum?
Why not?
It's probably some metal that's gold-looking, goldish.
Mm-hmm.
With some sort of like cubic zirconia or something in it instead of diamonds.
Well, they're like different carats. Like aren't like you can do gold, but it's like. Because I don't think it's gold plated.
No,
it's not just going to be some cheap
metal
shit
that
that's
looks
gold
like gold. Yeah.
Wasn't it to just be like a lower carat gold? I think it's gold, but it's just like a really shitty
like
gold.
5 karat gold.
I guess. I don't know. Lacey would know. But
the lowest, because it's 24. That's pure. That's all gold.
That's nothing.
And
but
you got
gold.
18, which is used for jewelry, as well as 12.
You know more than I do then.
So, but if I don't know if they want something that's a bit more that can handle, like the physicality involved in being a world title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they might use something that's
sometimes you got to hit people with it.
Yeah, an alloy, a gold-based alloy that's got a stronger metal.
Kind of feel like
gold.
The whole thing is just 3D printed, to be honest with you.
That could be.
So I don't know. I like the Snoop Dogg title. I think that looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, that one's awesome.
All gold. So I don't know. I don't know if this. Yeah, you're right about the color scheme though. Keep blue and red out of it because these people are going to be going. Look, they're already cross brand.
Well, you could have red in there because that's part of the WWE corporate.
Well, I know that. Yeah, keep the stripe. But I don't know. I would do if it was me. It'd be a brown strap and everything else is gold. I would do that. But it's not me. But no. In what you were saying about like the very color specific elements.
Yes.
Like, the red stripe that's got a red stripe. The logo does. But like, you don't need a red strap or a blue strap or a red back plate or a blue back plate.
Nope.
You didn't do that. But also, I don't really want them to change it. I know a lot of people shit on this design. I think it's a terrific looking design.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's great. Man, it's the biggest company in the world. Of course, you put the giant logo on the front of it.
Oh, don't fear, Steve. We're going to get a giant W logo on this new title.
Is it possible we're going to get an even bigger one? What if it like comes out of like it's sort of, like the W is even, the WWE is even like bigger, but the strap is the same size. So like the whatever the top of the W is, the spikes of the W is like come out of it. Oh,
wow. That sounds like a weapon.
Yeah, it could be used that way.
What if the W in the logo, the dual W's, because there's two W's in there, stacked on top of each other. You get that, but also you get some sort of like holographic thing going on there, so it looks like it's protruding outwards.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah.
I mean, you can have it protrude outwards somewhat, but like even further.
No, that's great. I like that a lot. And then you can like hit a little button on the back, and then whoever is the champion, their head appears, and it's like spinning around.
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
Not like a decapitated head, but there's like a bust.
A bust, yeah.
And it's like spinning around. It's like, who's champion? Click. This man. It's like, but I know that you're wearing it. Yeah, but look.
It's like this.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love it. Anyway.
Doesn't do with full rotation, just kind of side to side. And of course, the perspective of the hologram changes based on where you stand relative to it.
Here's a cheap plug. Tonight, right after the title has been announced and shown off, I'm going to be on WrestleJuice. I'm going to do a video where I'm going to give you my instant reaction to it. If it's going to be yay or nay, or like this is bullshit, this is the same thing as before. I'm going to let the people know, Larson.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What if plans subject to change and that doesn't happen? Are you going to give your reaction to no new belt?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll do that.
There you go.
No new belt.
Oh, Steve reacts to new WWE title?
Do I react to it? There was no new title, so nothing to react to.
Nothing. Anyways. All right, let's react to this, though.
Oh, yeah, please.
More CM Punk news. Yeah. So, we're but 15 days until the debut. Is that right? Yeah, 15 days until the debut of AEW Collision. And with it, the return to CM Punk to AEW television, according to Dave Meltzer in the latest Observer newsletter. Punk seemingly set to be kind of like the Hulk Hogan of Collision in more ways than one. Not only will he be like the main star, the centerpiece, if you will, of Collision, but he'll also have a hand in his own creative. This is what Dave had to say. Quote, belief is Punk and Ace Steel will be heavily involved in the creative of the show. At least they will be for Punk stuff, and the main angles and storyline on the show will revolve around him, and obviously he'll have great input into it. So, he's focus of show, seemingly has some measure, creative input, creative control over his stuff.
That's not that. I mean, that's just Captain Obvious shit, Dave Meltzer. Yeah, but of course he's gonna have input. This is like he always has input. That's not.
Well, that's kind of the thing with AEW going into it, at least.
I like this here. The belief is that these guys will heavily be involved in the creative of the show. What? The show? The entire show? No. Punk stuff and main angles. Well, of course, he's going to be the main angle.
Yeah, he is going to be the main angle.
It's like he's going to be writing up and down the mid card and the.
He's writing 14 weeks of television right now, Steve.
for the entire show. Yeah, he's in universe mode right now.
It's him and Bryan Danielson.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
In a Discord chat.
Oh no!
Bouncing ideas off each other.
Slack. No, it's a Slack channel.
Sorry, Slack channel. Sorry.
I don't know. I just heard of. I've never used Slack before.
Same. Never had any reason to.
Yeah. Maybe we should implement that here at Going in Raw.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyways, he continues with Punk's return now confirmed. What does that mean for the Elite's future in AEW?
No, he doesn't continue. I wrote that.
No, I know. I'm getting to his part.
Oh, sorry.
Here. Yeah, so Meltzer says this. AEW is getting more aggressive and trying to get the contracts of the Young Bucks and getting Omega completed. How aggressive are they? Are they like physically threatening them back there? Sign this.
Do they duct tape a pen to their writing hand?
Yeah,
and say sign it. And we'll release the pen from your grasp.
Is there some sort of like vice thing here that what was the thing they used in the casino on Joe Pesci?
That was a vice, yeah.
Vice. Is that what they're using?
Where they're twisting.
Yeah.
Every time they refuse to sign.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, here's the deal. Kenny and the Young Bucks contracts are running up. It behooves them to wait, see what kind of deals they can get elsewhere for no other reason. Maximum leverage.
Yeah, I know.
They get more money out of AEW.
Now, if the idea is this, AEW is getting more aggressive and trying to get them to sign contracts, maybe the aggression is they're aggressively buttering them up. They're aggressively trying to make sure that they're happy. So they're like giving them creative control of the entire show of Dynamite and doing whatever it takes. Hey, we're bringing in Kota Ibushi. We're bringing in this guy, that, the other, that you guys like. We're going to do whatever you guys want. We're going to have catering just chock full of whatever it is you guys want. We'll bring a basketball court because I think Nick Jackson likes the basketball.
Yeah, he's got a good looking jumper too.
Right. Yeah. So we're doing everything you guys, George Clooney always had a basketball hoop on his movie sets.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's the situation. It's not like Tony Khan just running after him. Sign this fucking thing.
Who do you think would win in a 3-point shootout between Nick Jackson and George Clooney?
Probably Nick Jackson.
You saw that video of his jumper. He's doing a 3-point contest. It looked like he did a solid jumper. Good form.
I think Nick Jackson would be number one. He's younger than George Clooney.
Yeah.
And then number two, George Clooney has a lot of different hats: producer, director, writer, of course, actor as well. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like I know there's a lot of sitting around and waiting, but like Nick Jackson doesn't have to be anywhere except for Dynamite, and then the rest of the time he could be working on his J.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Nick Jackson kind of easily.
All right. There
what
you
do
go.
You think? What do you think?
Oh yeah, I'd go with Nick Jackson. All the reasons you said.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
I've never seen George Clooney shoot a basketball, so I know what his form's like.
I've just seen him in Out of Sight. There's a scene where he's playing prison ball and he sucked.
That's right.
He got swatted. And he was very disappointed in that hell of a movie. That movie.
That's right.
So
let's move on to this, Steve. Enough basketball talk. Back to Collision. Another huge question. It's whether the announcement of Punk's return has helped ticket sales for the first round of Collision dates. I think there's 5 or 6 of them. And based on the data in this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter, the answer seems to be a resounding nope. So this is what Dave had to say. Quote, the debut 6-7 Collision from United Center Chicago at press time has 7,602 tickets out. I think WrestleTix updated later last night that it was actually up to... No, I think it was more than that. So they moved about 700 tickets after announcing Punk being on the show the next day. So in 24 hours, they moved. Roughly.
Okay, so Punk was announced, and then boom, 700 people. So he draws 700 people. Okay.
Exactly. So it is the best advance for any AEW show aside from Forbidden Door and Wembley. The announcement of Punk has not helped the other cities as much, as June 24th in Toronto is only at 1,762. June 29th in Hamilton is at 730.
Shut up. Oh my God.
Regina is at 1,325. Calgary on July 15th is at 3,293. And then Newark, New Jersey on July 22nd is at 3,947.
Man, oh man. So wait, aren't like some of these like within like 10 miles of each other or something? Like
apparently Hamilton is about 45 minutes away from Toronto.
Okay, all right.
And so Toronto is also home to Forbidden Door. So you got Collision, probably in consecutive days, Toronto, and then Forbidden Door, and then there's a Thursday taping of Hamilton, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, the idea is that's a lot of the same thing in the same area in a very short amount of time.
You got that right.
I still think if the product was like super hot, that these would be quite a bit better in terms of the sales. But there was a time when AEW could sort of do no wrong when it came to moving tickets. But it does sort of seem. I mean, I don't know why he doesn't hit up I think Bret Hart's probably under a WWE contract, but you got to bring Bret Hart in at this point, man. You're in Canada. That's his hometown of Canada.
Canada's hometown, yeah.
and yeah, you bring in the Hitman. Then you'll see these things explode because you're in Canada. But yeah, no, I don't know. Kind of interesting. Look, dude, obviously so the funny thing is the crowd response to his reaction, it was very telling. It was like half boos, right? And these aren't the kind of boos that's like, oh, this is good heel heat. This is, why are you rewarding this guy? Like he was rude to our people. And that's not even necessarily my philosophy. I'm just saying that's probably what those boos were coming from. It's not like, oh, he's a bad guy, so they see him as like a guy.
No, it's just like, oh, he's coming back. Boo.
Right, exactly. It's not it's a completely different situation than it was back in 01 in 2021.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. The bottom line is, man, this is as simple as it can get. You and I have said this for ages now. You want people to like your product, put on a good product. It doesn't matter who it is. You could have Mr. Higglesby there, and if you craft something, like Citizen Kane of wrestling, then people show up.
Stories that matter.
Yeah,
stories
look
and
at the
characters.
WWE, the Bloodline. It's probably the best story that's ever been told in the history of man. And look what happened. You get really good crowds. You see those crowds, man, they widen out. Just everybody's there.
Yeah, WWE's been selling a lot of tickets of late. So I checked. WrestleTix has a slightly higher number than Dave has here in the newsletter by about 80-some tickets.
Okay,
so
CM Punk
not a huge
80
difference.
More people. 80 more
so,
people.
maybe about 800 tickets moved in about 24 hours or so after the Punk announcement. Probably less than that because it was Wednesday night.
What more could they do, man? What more could they do? Besides, and I'm not talking good stories because that takes time to build. Put on your promoter's hat. We've got a big Action Coast Wrestling show going down this Saturday, tomorrow night. The stars of Going in Raw, the stars of Action Coast Wrestling. A bunch of friendos are confirmed to be there, including Hilton. Is he real? Find out Saturday night.
Even if you see Hilton, I don't know if that answers that question, Steve.
My favorite moment maybe in my entire life was when we show up and Mr. Dope is with us, and I'm like, hey, look, there's Hilton. You can go sit next to him. And he's like, Hilton's a real person? And I'm like, I don't know.
You almost had it right when you said the word build.
Mm-hmm.
You're so close. You got an extra letter. You take the D off, and there's your answer. Bill.
Dun, 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 dun.
You get Goldberg.
Yeah.
And he'll move some tickets.
He'll move some. You think he'll do better than 700 that CM Punk brought in?
Maybe not in Chicago, but other. Yeah, if they advertise him specifically for the shows that are like selling really bad, like Hamilton, and Toronto and Regina.
Wouldn't it be amazing if Tony Khan was like, okay, dude, I got to call up Bill. He claims to have talked to him before. What if he calls up Bill and then everything sells out? That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
New plus Delta, I'm telling you. That would be something else, though.
Get some stem cells in that guy so he can go another 20.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, Maggie's got it. 4 words. Ric Flair retirement match.
Hey, do 4 of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's get Ric Flair and some Regina. And
gosh darn it, man.
Gosh darn it indeed.
Gosh darn it.
Darn it indeed. Oh, man. Anyways, on that note, you want to pay some bills, Larson?
Yeah, let's do it. Go ahead.
All right. So, everybody, we're going to take a quick break here because this episode of Going in Raw is brought to you, sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, Larson?
What's that?
It can be pretty easy to get caught up in what everybody needs from you, whether it's work, family, or friends. You can spend so much time giving that you start feeling stretched too thin and burned out because you can't find the time to take a moment to think about what you need from yourself.
Yeah, I've been there before. In my mid-20s, I had lost that balance and feeling pretty overwhelmed by life. Started dealing with severe anxiety, and it got to the point where I realized that I had to go to therapy. It took me a few tries to find someone I felt comfortable talking to, but once I did, I learned the tools I needed to better cope with my anxiety. So if you're looking to bring some balance back to your life, therapy can help you learn the tools you need so you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind. And if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try.
BetterHelp is entirely online and is designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. And all you got to do to get started is fill out a brief online questionnaire, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/raw today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/raw. You know, BetterHelp's been a sponsor of ours for a long time now. And, and from what I understand, they have helped a lot of people. So thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So yeah, before we dive into all things NXT, want to bring this up here. We got a couple super chats. Alex Silva says half blue, half black belt strap, same looking. Yeah, so it's like half of it's
like a two-face belt.
Yeah, right. Exactly. How about this? Like the checkers. Like a checkerboard.
Oh, that's good.
Blue and black. It'd be like the King's jersey from.
It'd be like a very 80s type thing, like some old Vans.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I'd like that. Alex Silva also with a super chat says, "What about the winged eagle in the shape of the W to replace it?" Yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
Would the W have wings?
The W would be the wings.
Oh.
See what he's saying there? I see it. I see the vision.
Yeah, I think I see it. I see
the vision.
I think I see it.
Alicia, oh my goodness gracious, gifted 10 more subs to the Going in Raw community membership.
Thank you, Alicia.
Here on the YouTube. Now those people, we're doing an overrun, I think, today, aren't we?
Yeah, we should.
We probably do an overrun, and that's for YouTube channel members and patrons of $5 a month and up. On YouTube, all you got to do is click join. I don't know what we're going to talk about on overrun today, but we're going to talk about it. Let's see here. Jaden Fox also gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Thank you so much, Jaden. That's so nice of you. Really appreciate it. And then we got another super chat here, a couple here. We got another one from Mr. Perkins, Bree's dad, says Phil Brooks with Tony Khan's fed ego having full creative control sounds like Hogan WCW all over again. CM Punk wins again until Brawl Out 2. Do you think this is shades of Hulk Hogan in WCW?
I guess it depends if it's complete creative control or just like, hey, you get input.
Hey, I think Hogan Hogan's was like, I don't think he was writing his own stuff. I think he essentially had
veto on stuff he didn't want to do.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So like, because like that, you know, if they're like, oh, write your own stuff, it's like, I'm not being paid to be a writer. You give me what you want me to do, and then I'll say what I'll do from there.
Exactly. He was rewriting more than writing.
Right. Exactly.
Mason here at the Super Chat says, which former AEW World Champ would you make TNT Champ? Also, what do you think of the current TNT design? Should they go back to personalizing it? What former AEW World Champ would make a good TNT Champ? If you want to get that belt back on the right track with a former AEW Champ, put that on Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah, you got it. You got it right. Exactly.
And imagine the custom TNT title he would have.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. It'd probably have a brown strap.
Yeah, probably would have a brown leather strap.
Yeah,
and make the front plate, you know, kind of like I don't know,
cool
pewter
looking. Oh yeah, gunmetal.
Yeah, gunmetal, something like that. That'd be neat.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, and then get rid of the just rename it at that point. I can't stand. I can't stand that it's called the TNT title. I hate that.
I know.
Call it a friggin' call it the TV title.
Something like that.
Better than that, even. That's a dumb name too.
Yeah. The Bleacher Report title.
That's awful. I'm not gonna lie. Like me.
How about this? Call it the Warner Brothers title, and you have the Warner Brothers logo on there.
WBD.
No, just like the old school Warner Brothers, like the Shield.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah.
You have a side plate with like I don't know, Bugs Bunny on one side, yeah.
Daffy Duck on the other side.
Marvin the Martian on the other.
Marvin. I'm champion now.
Mm-hmm.
John tries here and with the super chat says, going to be the show tonight. Hope a new title is revealed and hope there's a reaction stream. Not a reaction stream. I'm doing a video of my own.
Yeah.
Larson's got a child birthday to
yes, I have family events.
Right, exactly. I gotta give a kick in the pants to Wrestle Juice, man. Got too much going on. Let things slip away. Anyways,
it happens.
This is going in all. Let's talk about NXT. What do you think of Battlegrounds in the first place?
Oh, you want to talk Battlegrounds first? I mean, I can make the case from a purely get out of here fly. That was a humongous fly I just flew through.
I saw that. It looked like a bird.
It was massive from a purely wrestling perspective. You can make the case that Battleground was the best show of Memorial Day weekend. I thought every match was at least pretty good, with the North American title match and the women's championship match both being really, really, really darn good. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to quibble with on that show. It was a solid show, like 2 hours and 15 minutes. It was a really sound show. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, same. I thought it was really good. Did you put the results here at the bottom? I don't know.
Yeah, oh no, I did not put the results at the bottom. I can do that in a moment.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, I just figured, I see you have Battleground thoughts here. Yeah, no, I thought it was good. Was it I was like, who was it? Was it one of those Twitter accounts that said that there were some goodbyes backstage? Potentially, because there might be some call-ups. Braun Breaker not being on this week's show and him quantum leaping out of there may be an indication that you could see him on main roster at some point soon, maybe. But no, I thought his match with Carmelo was stellar. The big spear there. We sort of saw Tiffany Stratton. I think we both were like, yeah. I think even at the beginning of the tournament, I was like, it's either going to be Tiffany Stratton or it's going to be Cora Jade. But I think in my head, I was like, Tiffany would be my number one, for power ranking things. And that was a really good match. I really liked that match. Yeah,
it was really good. It was the story of Lyra having to overcome the knee injury after getting attacked on Tuesday, and her coming so close, only for it not to happen. It's just really well executed.
Yeah.
The opening bout, the North American title bout, just amazing pace.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Just great work all around. Really fun bout. Wesley retaining the title there. Gallus beating the Creeds because Ava now coming down, attacking Ivy Nile, distract the Creeds. That was a solid bout. You mentioned the NXT title bout. I thought this match at Battleground was way better than their match at Stand and Deliver. Which felt kind of flat.
Yeah.
That was
Ilya versus Dijak.
Yeah, that was probably the standout of the show.
I got to watch that again, but my God, that match was absolutely phenomenal. That was just really amazing stuff. I love that match.
Yeah, that match was really, really good. So yeah, all around, really fun show. If you haven't checked it out, highly recommend it.
Yeah.
NXT is really hitting its stride in terms of its characters and the stories they're telling. So yeah, this kind of feels like we're kind of getting the perfect kind of amalgam of black and gold NXT with 2.0.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah,
we're getting there.
The wrestling's really good. So yeah. So this week's NXT. Really kind of it felt like, hey, we're just coming off of a big premium live event, so let's go ahead and give a kick in the pants here. We had like a title match. We had Noam Dar versus Carmelo Hayes. I thought that was a really good match. Bit on the short side. They could have given it more time. I think it started short. Like 5 minutes before the hour, and so they only had I think they had like a 10-minute overrun, so they gave it like 12 minutes or so. But yeah, like we finally got, and we sort of had speculated on this one. Blair Davenport made her big return. She was the hooded figure attacking everybody.
Mystery attacker, yeah.
The mystery. I always love mystery attackers. I think that's always great. And then, so I don't know. And then Baron Corbin showed up to challenge Carmelo Hayes. And Mustafa Ali made his NXT debut.
Return. I think he had a couple matches in NXT while on 205 Live. But I also thought he was Cruiserweight champion, so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, no, I think you're right about that. But that was like, was there a period when they were sort of conglomerating 205 and NXT?
A little bit,
I know the Cruiserweight title was on NXT for a spell.
Yeah. But I think before 205 really kicked off as its own show, they'd had the Cruiserweights. Like Kota Ibushi had a match on NXT after the Cruiserweight Classic.
Oh, shit, did he?
Yeah, it was a tag match.
Oh, wow. That's cool. So, yeah, good to see Mustafa Ali in NXT. Apparently, he took Brock Lesnar's words of advice. Hey, kid, go get a life.
Yeah.
Seriously, and he's looking for that life in NXT. Do you think he'll be there for a spell, or is this going to be like when Ricochet and Carmelo Hayes had a match or two?
I would imagine it's a situation where they're just there for... Well, I would think Ali is probably just there for a little bit. I don't know about Baron.
Baron's one and done. That's what that I didn't even ask about him.
The feud is one and done, but I mean, I feel like Ali might just be there for a couple weeks, maybe get in the North American title shot and then back to main roster. Whereas Baron, that for all I know, that could be the next pay-per-view is not till July, right?
Yeah, Great American Bash.
Yeah, I mean that's still a month. That's almost 2 months away. So I don't know if he's going to be around that long. But
that fly just got so close to your camera.
Humongous.
It was like a monster. Yeah, that was huge. I think Baron's going to be there till next week and they'll fight. Or probably like 2 weeks from now. I'd be kind of surprised he's not going to be the Great American Bash opponent. I would be surprised if that was the case. It maybe he is. I would be kind of surprised about that one. I think Baron's there for like a match against Carmelo in 2 weeks or 3 weeks and then he's gone. Ali might have an Apollo Crews run. Maybe. Maybe not.
I don't know, just because Apollo Crews took a lot of losses in NXT, and I don't know if he really can afford all those losses, and I don't know about Ali. Like he goes to NXT and then just loses a bunch. I feel like he had a little bit of momentum coming out of this Gunther match.
This is what I think about Ali, because you're right about Crews. And I meant really a length of time, not like this dude who's going to eat L's. I think Ali's probably there to beat Tyler Bate. He's there to beat Joe Gacy.
And then lose to Wesley.
And then he's there to lose to Wesley. That's my guess. That
could be.
Yeah. So, but not like a full-on character who's like, time traveling like Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
Because when Apollo Crews got there and started time traveling, it was like, oh, he's part of NXT. Like, he's part of NXT. This guy might actually win a title in NXT. But no, he just lost a whole lot. And then he put over Dabba-Kato. That was terrible. They could do something with Dabba-Kato, I guess. But, like, come on. Don't do that.
Well, they haven't. They haven't done anything with Dabba-Kato. He's had like 3 matches and like one pretty good video package. Yeah, I know.
But he beat Apollo Crews.
Yeah, I know. It's they got a lot of people in NXT, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. So let's talk about those people. It opened up with Gigi Dolan versus JC Jane in a weaponized steel cage match. This steel cage is weaponized, but it just means it's got a bunch of shit laying around.
Yeah, tables and chairs.
I thought weaponized, it would be like the steel cage itself would have like apparati, like, nailed to it that would include, like, the cage would... turrets.
How about this? What if like every minute the cage gets a little bit smaller?
Yeah, right. Weaponized. Yeah, exactly.
Until finally, it's like the scene in Star Wars where they're in the trash compactor,
and there's like a spike ceiling that comes down very slowly. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, right. No, it wasn't that. It was just like a bunch of shit there. But they really beat the crap out of each other.
They did, and the pace of this match was really great. They just kept at it. It was the exact opposite of the Asylum match with Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose, which was kind of like this, except the weapons were suspended above the cage.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
That match was boring.
Yeah, that was really boring. This was not. This was actually really cool. Did you know that Booker T was a little bit extra this week?
He was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I love, man, because it wakes me up.
He did his Champagne Wishes, Caviar Dreams line at least twice during the show.
Yeah, and he's always good for at least 3 let me tell you somethings.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Oh, man, he is so great, though.
The best commentary team maybe in the whole business.
I think you might be right about that. So anyways, Gigi gets the win here with a huge choke slam off the top through a table to get the win. But man, it was 5 minutes in and you could see like there was already like super marked up and scarred up and stuff.
Yeah, Gigi had a welt on her leg already, like instantly when the match began, because before the match began even, JC attacked Gigi during her entrance.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Threw in the ring steps, bunt, slams the door into her face. Yeah.
Frolicious here has it right, though. Booker didn't know who Blair Davenport was. He came in after she, had already had her time there. I don't think he did the Mako triple threat commentary on that one.
I don't remember.
Because, he was like, Vic was like, Booker, it's Blair Davenport. She's back. Anyways, after that, we had a Wesley interview. He says, I'm pumped, but I'm sore. At Halloween Havoc, when I won this title, I had no idea how long she'd be riding with me, but through all the multi-mans, open challenges, unforeseen odds, and then he's interrupted by the Dyad. Joe Casey sent us as a reminder. And then Tyler Bate, because they're about to jump, and Tyler Bate steps in and says, if you want to fight West, you'll have to fight me as well. And then the dyad leaves, and they're like, ooh. And then Bate's like, look, I told you. Battleground was all the spirit of competition. We're still mates. And he's like, thanks. And he didn't not once look at the title.
Yeah.
I wish he would have been like, we're mates. Wesley's like,
he should have been talking directly to the title. I told you,
title.
Competition. We're
it
still
was spirit
mates.
of competition. We're still mates. And he's like, dude, it's not. I'm going to take it home with me one day.
Then we got Tony D getting his mugshots taken.
Yeah, that was good. This dude, like, how is this like? I feel like this is like a 3 hour thing because we didn't watch. Did you watch last week?
I never watched last week. No.
He was interrogated. I think I know that much. What does anybody know? Was he actually arrested?
He got his mugshots taken, so yeah. You don't get your mugshots taken unless you get arrested.
What did they? But I know, but it's NXT. Like, you would think, I don't know. Has Shawn Michaels hasn't been arrested that we know of, right?
I don't think so.
Sounds like some of the shit he did back then he should have been, but like, I don't think. Well, there's no Shawn Michaels mugshot out there publicly.
That's true.
Usually those are made public.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe just nobody there on staff knows. Oh, Mockery says he was arrested.
Oh, all right.
Well, I know they got him at the restaurant, but like, what are the charges?
Yeah,
what are the charges? Last week they did a whole interrogation, but I don't know what
were they interrogating him about?
What's the actual charge is what I want to know.
Oh, all right. Got Gallus backstage. They're talking about how tough the Creeds are.
Creeds so tough. No, stop, Gallus. And then Tony D's like, hey, but Tony D can't do much.
Tony D wasn't there. He's arrested, man.
Yeah, they're talking shit about him.
Yeah.
So he can't do too much, but it's time to bite back. And then Mark does a really good Tony D impersonation. Like, he actually did a pretty good job with it. And Stacks hears these guys mocking his friend, and he says, yeah, I know it was you guys who ratted him out. And Gallus like, oh, you thought you made. And then Stacks attacks, and Gallus beats him up until the refs break it up. And so we had a match later on with Joe Coffey.
Joe Coffey, yep. And then we had Carmelo and Trick come to the ring for a promo. Trick says, let's get straight to business, Mello. We went to your hometown of Battleground and you left still champ. Mello says NXT Battleground was exactly that. It was a battle. Let me paint the picture for you. Braun hit a huge spear, still alive, 1-0 but net, and still. Mm-hmm. One thing everyone has to realize is that you got to take shots to make shots. When it comes to NXT, I don't ever miss. So Battleground was just another brick laid down in the Mello dynasty. He's interrupted by Noam Dar.
Yeah, so Noam Dar comes out and he says, where is it? Shoot.
He says, he congratulates Mello, says, you managed to escape your hometown still champ, but Mello, you weren't the only one retained their championship. I successfully defended the Heritage Cup. You just managed to beat Braun. Me, I beat Dragon Lee not once, but twice.
So then Trick is like, hey, we don't have time to talk about how it took all four of y'all to cheat Dragon Lee, because Dar has like his whole crew with him.
Yeah.
And he says, we do have to talk about how you came out here and interrupted Trick Mello gang, and that's a super no-no. And then, so anyways, I mean, look, the bottom line is Mello says, look, it's great that you're Heritage champion, Heritage Cup guy, but so you're up there, but you're not all the way up here with me. And then Dar and so Dar sort of pisses him off enough to the point where Hayes is like, look, you want a title shot? You get one tonight in the main event.
Yep.
After that, Cora is complaining to the women. Cora Jade's complaining to the women's locker room about the whole tournament.
She says, Lyra headbutted me in the eye. If that didn't happen, I would have won their match and gone on to be women's champion. Tonight should be about me, but no, everyone has to screw over Cora Jade. Then Ivy Niles steps in. She says, everyone's tired of hearing you whine. Injuries happen. Suck it up and get over with. You lost. And Cora says, don't give me that attitude just because the Creeds couldn't get the job done and Ava whooped your ass. So Ivy says, they were in a fight. And where were you on Sunday? Huh?
Yeah.
Cora she was on the show on Sunday, so she had no retort really.
She was like, I don't know, I was at home, you know.
Yeah.
Roman Empire here says, arrest is when you're officially taken into custody. You can resist arrest even if the exact charges haven't been filed yet. It does, however, mean you're not being asked to come in for questioning, so they have to declare what they're arresting you for and present a warrant. Okay.
All right.
Come with us, please. You have a warrant?
So then Axiom's backstage watching match from Battleground on his phone, and then Reggie walks up.
Reggie.
And Axiom's like on guard at first, and Reggie says, I mean you no harm. He starts to explain what the Scripps name is. He says, everybody in WWE knows me as Reggie, but from where I come from, they called me Scripps. Mm-hmm. And Axiom's like, well, what do you want? And Scripps says, I want to thank you for what you did for me. Mm-hmm. He said, you took off my mask, and now I'm living in the sunlight and seeing what is meant to be seen. And and I helped you against Dabba-Kato because you helped me open my eyes. So it looks like Reggie's keeping the Scripps name, and at least they made some effort to motivate to continue using Scripps as opposed to going back to Reggie.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
Scripps is a cool name. Mm-hmm. The mask was really dorky. But yeah, Reggie's always a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun.
He is.
Then we had so maybe there'll be a tag team, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, after that we had the Dyad versus Tyler Bate, and Wes Lee. And then that's when Mustafa Ali shows up in the crowd, and then he joins commentary for the match. So anyways, of course, Wes Lee and Tyler Bate get the win here. Bate hits James Drake, whatever his new name is. He's going to go back to being James Drake in 5 months, so I'm not even tripping off his name.
Jagger Reed, is that his name?
Yeah.
And then the other guy is Rip Fowler?
Rip Fowler, yeah. So anyways, it was a Tyler Driver that got James Drake to get the win here. Ivy comes to ringside to attack Ava, and then the Creeds come out to try to break that up. The Dyad attack them. The refs come out to break up the brawl. Joe Gacy pushes Lee into Tyler Bate, starts stomping on Lee. That's when Mustafa Ali gets in the ring, tosses Gacy out, and then he raises Lee in Bate's hands. So yeah, I see Ali's going to beat Gacy and then lose to Wesley, but that's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Really good. Then we get Chase U with special guest instructors, Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey. This is from last week, I think it was. So then they cut forward to this week. So they're talking about Thea Hale's lack of grappling knowledge and how that puts her at a disadvantage during her matches. And so she gets angry, gets up and leaves. So then we cut to this week where Gulak is in the ring running drills with other Chase U students while Duke and Thea stand on the apron. And Duke tells Thea, you don't have to take this class. I'll pass you if you want.
Yeah.
And then she says, I don't want to feel weak like I did last week. So she says, I know I'm not. I have to prove it to him. Let me prove it to him. She starts getting really intense. And Duke says, all right, go give him hell. So she gets in the ring with Gulak and Dempsey. Charlie says, there's no crying and no running away. She says, I can do this. And then they circle each other, but we don't get another segment here.
Yeah,
I thought this was
going to pick up later, but it didn't.
I don't think it did.
The point is, Duke is a dog shit teacher who really doesn't pay much attention to what's going on with his students. I like this for Thea Hale. I think she's cool, man. After that, we had. So I felt kind of bad for Tiffany Stratton here. They straddled her with just a long promo that she was just stumbling all over.
I know. You could tell she was a little nervous too.
Yeah, I know. And I honestly think that the nerves, it seemed to me, I'm just saying, wouldn't shock me if the nerves did come from, you just gave me 20 pages to read.
Exactly.
And now I got to go out here and do this. So it wasn't her best moment. I think she's a terrific character. Obviously, she's come a long way in the ring and as a character. But my God, you say, all right, go out there and fill 12 solid minutes of talking. That's too much. Nobody should be able to do that. Nobody should be allowed to do that or made to do that.
No. And this whole thing is pretty much, who's my next challenger?
Yeah. And so the whole the women's locker room comes out and she announces there's going to be a big battle royal. Whoever wins that will be a new number one contender. But yeah, now this kind of shit where it's they just throw them out there. I don't know if there's a script or not, but that's hard. It's getting up there and memorizing, shit we had to memorize back in middle school, Yeah,
I know.
Nobody wants to do that. I don't want to sit there. I don't want to sit there and listen to anybody talk for that long. There's very few people that I'd be cool with listening to that.
Yeah, exactly. So
Eddie Kingston's the only one. Eddie Kingston is even Samoa Joe. It's Eddie Kingston. It's just Eddie Kingston.
Just Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you?
I'd put Joe in there.
12 minutes? Yeah, I don't know if this was 12 minutes. I don't think this was 12 minutes. I think this
was long, but I don't know if it was 12 minutes.
Time.
I don't think it was 12 minutes. Maybe 8.
Oh yeah, and not be honest with you. I know this kills me. Not even Cody.
Yeah, not even close, Cody.
Yeah,
I'd start rolling my eyes about 2 minutes into it.
Oh, I know. It's because you're not a true believer.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, I know. I'm just saying,
That's supposed to be an insult or something?
Eddie? No. I just said what I said. Take it how you want to take it. And who else? Eddie? It's Eddie.
It's Eddie and Joe.
Even Joe.
If it was a backstage in a press conference deal in New Japan, Jay White.
Yeah, that's a good point. If it's after a loss. It's after a loss.
A lot of it depends on the context of the promos. If it's just standing in the middle of the ring and talking.
Yeah,
it's probably Eddie and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, right.
Kind of it. Well, I could probably think of a couple of their names. I really sat and thought about it, but that's the first two that really popped in my head.
For me, it's just Eddie. Yeah.
So after she completes her promo, confetti shoots off, balloons fall from the ceiling, and then Thea gets in the ring and then punches Stratton. And then Fallon Henley gets in there, Roxanne Perez and Lyra Valkyria all get in there too and punch her, knock her out of the ring, and then Lyra hits her with like a wrecking ball drop kick to just knock her over, and then Tiffany was upset about that.
White Brownie's got a good name, Scott Steiner.
No.
Yeah.
Not for 12 minutes, no.
Yeah.
No.
Especially if he's like in a feud with one guy, but he's got beef with another guy.
See, 3 minutes max, and then it's tiresome.
Oh, no, man. It's great. And uncomfortable. Love it. I like this bit, backstage segment, Trick Williams. I feel like, do you get the feeling they really see what Trick Williams has?
Yeah.
He's like becoming the glue that also holds a lot of this shit together. So Trick's on the phone, and then Lash, Oro Mensah, and Jakara Jackson step in. And Jakara says, Melo's about to get whooped tonight by Noam. He says, but Lash, it's a shame though. They're kind of cute. And Trick's like, kinda. He says, look, we may agree to disagree in the match, but in the looks department, Trick Melo don't miss. I'm not buying what y'all are selling, so you can leave. So Oro says, I think you should understand what the two ladies are trying to tell you. Your guy Melo should have taken the night off. It's like that scene in Star Wars. He's got the death warrant in 5 systems.
Yeah.
And Trick's like, Oro Mensah, I saw Noam's match. You're in his corner. That was your plan the whole time, huh? And you, Miss Jackson, the distraction? Look at you. Lash, you're a distraction yourself, but you wouldn't hit me with your bucket. I'm watching all of y'all tonight.
Yeah, Trick's
and it was great because it was like half confrontational and half kind of flirty.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved it. This is great stuff.
It was great. Then we get Danny Palmer coming to the ring to drop a promo. She says, I cannot leave this ring until I find out who the attacker is. Whoever has been wreaking havoc on the women's division said they will reveal themselves tonight. You attacked me and you attacked my friends. You want to say the name, Steve?
Oh, shit. What's the friend? What? Who?
Saruka.
Saruka.
Thank you. And now she is out for a year. I'm done waiting. I'm not going anywhere until you show your face. So on the Tron, a video package rolls of the attacker attacking people. And then Palmer's attacked from behind by mystery attacker and hit with a Falcon Arrow. That should be your first hint who it is. But then the attacker reveals themselves to be Blair Davenport.
Yeah.
And then she hits Palmer with the Kamagoye.
Look at that. It's Blair Davenport. Booker T. Last week, we get a little segment from last week. We got more Eddie Thorpe and Damon Kemp. So he's greeted by Inofe and Blade. Inofe tells him that if Bate wins the North American title, he'll be looking at Eddie Thorpe next. And Eddie's like, hey, look, I appreciate it. There's just a few things I wish I could have back. And Inofe says, we all feel that way after a loss. So I guess Eddie Thorpe lost to somebody last week?
Yeah. To Tyler Bate.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. And then Damon Kemp steps. That was probably a good match. Yeah. Damon Kemp steps in. He says, hey, I was impressed by your match, but I guess you can't win without cheating. Ha ha ha.
Just laughs right in Eddie Thorpe's face.
Yeah, he should have given him some more garbage to throw away. Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh. Throw in my trash, young boy. Gosh, that was funny.
That was really
funny. You heard me pick up my trash.
Well, yeah, you're used to sleeping with garbage. That was so rude.
That was rude. That was super rude. Next, we had Joe Coffey versus Stax. Joe Coffey gets the win here.
Joe Coffey.
Yeah, because Stax looks for like a shoulder block or tackle into the ring steps. Coffey gets out of the way, so Stax just eats those ring steps. Coffee puts it back in the ring, hits that running diving headbutt he does, followed with the discus clothesline to get the win.
Is it... So, obviously, everybody's thinking Stax has got to be the informant, right?
Yeah.
But him walking around accusing other people of being the informant is like, what, I guess, misdirection?
Yeah, he's trying to take the attention off himself.
But nobody's paying attention to him.
No one really cares.
He's just making it off. Nobody
no one really
cares who the
he could be
informant
the
is.
informant. No one cares.
Yeah, nobody cares who the informant is. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we go to last week again. Stone storms into the locker room where Von Wagner's hanging out. And Stone says, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah.
Go ahead. You could be Von.
Yeah,
I'll be
okay,
Stone.
Thanks. Making sure we're on the same page here.
Totally.
Hey, what the hell was that? Was what? Luca deserves everything he got handed, including me putting his ass through that table.
It's not about the table, Von. You got disqualified. Do you want to get suspended? Do you want to get fined? Your free agent status? You can kiss that goodbye if you act like this.
Look, hey, Luca's been running his mouth for the last 2 weeks on me and on you. And I finally just shut it. I shut his mouth, Stone.
Don't take what I'm about to say the wrong way.
I will.
Whatever went on in your past, you have some serious anger management issues. If you're not going to listen to me, I think it's time you talk to a therapist. BetterHelp.com/raw.
A therapist? What's that going to do for me? So they could just take my hard-earned money?
I'll take care of the money. Please, I'm asking you to do this for me.
I'm going to go to betterhelp.com/raw. He said that. It was crazy. Like I was like, thanks for using our promo code, Von
Yeah, thanks
Wagner.
for using our URL there.
Hey, I can switch therapists anytime. No charge. Hey. Yeah,
Did you watch their segment last week?
No, I need to, though.
Apparently it's really
so
good.
Vaughn lost, huh?
Well, it's not like he lost by DQ, yeah.
Yeah, right. He beat the shit out of him too much and lost.
Yeah.
Hey. After that, this was a really cool little video.
This was really
package.
well done, yeah.
Because it was like shot nicely and stuff, and he was prepping for his match against Dijak, and he was like calling his family.
Mm-hmm.
And like my piglet back there. And then it showed him like he was in the hallway getting geeked out for his match. He was like, starting to, like, I don't know. It sounded like he was touching himself or something. He's like,
Well, we say he.
That thing was a monster. Get it out of there.
It's huge. I'm afraid it's going to fly into my mouth while I'm talking to someone.
I hope. Best of 2023.
We say that he comes out as a person engorged.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and that seems like the process of getting himself as a person. I'm not talking about one particular area.
Right, his organ.
Not talking about that. The totality of his person engorged.
Oh man. I
think that's what it was.
We're a slap.
Anyways,
Can I bring him in now.
What?
Nothing. Next up, we had Cora Jade versus Ivy Nile. Because Ava came out during this one.
Yeah, Ivy can't buy a win, man.
No, man, she can't. Cora got the win here with the double underhook DDT because Ava was she could put the Dragon Sleeper on Ava. And then we had Hank and Frank backstage. We had Frank.
Hey, I'll say what the timing of this segment was like pretty impeccable.
Yeah,
they did a good job with this. So
their actual like
their timing on the questions and stuff.
I got you.
Like they were on, like on time with each other exactly. So they ask each other how they feel, and then they're like, "Yeah, we crushed it last week." Mm-hmm. I guess they had the match or something. So Frank then says, "Let me be frank. Feel like we're tighter than ever."
Yeah.
And then Hank says, "Yeah, there's a connection between us." And Frank's like, "I'm going to ask you questions and then we'll answer at the same time." So on 3, what's your favorite food? They both say chicken parm. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite animal? They both say a honey badger. Favorite sauce? Buffalo. Mm-hmm, so then Inoue and Blade step in. And they're like, it takes more than one match to forge that kind of connection. And then they're, Hank and Frank are like, "All right, what's the best movie? 1, 2, 3, Jaws." Mm-hmm. So Inoue and Blade, they say, "What's the best day of the week to work out?" And they give different answers.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
What's the best pizza topping? They give different answers.
Yeah.
And so Hank and Frank kind of walk off laughing about it. And Inoue And Blade start kind of arguing a little bit, and No Fate goes, "Nope, we're not fighting." And he starts to walk off, and Blade says, "Well, that may help us too." So it's going to be the team that doesn't agree on everything. Are they going to be the more cohesive unit as opposed to the team that are basically clones of the same person?
See, that's the thing. It's like, it shouldn't be that like you have to like all the same shit. It should be that you know what the other person likes, what their, wants and desires are. Not that you really share the same
newlywed game. Yes.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So after that, we had a Diamond Mine interview, and that's where Ivy challenges Ava to a match next week. Julius challenges Dyad to a match, and then Schism comes in, and they all start arguing, and the refs and Steve Corino. Honestly, they need to put. I like Vic Joseph. I think he's great. Corino and Booker T. I know Corino's not typically a play-by-play guy, but that would be amazing.
He was so good with Kevin Kelly in New Japan.
He was so good. I know. Make it a 3-man commentary team. Put Corino in there. He was so good.
He was really good. I'll never forget that first Wrestle Kingdom we really watched with the Guerrillas Destiny match where they were cussing the entire time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And Corino and Kelly could not stop laughing about it.
I know. That's really like my reference for Steve Corino, which is the fact that he thought it was so damn funny and he just kept on laughing.
Yeah. Guerrillas Destiny were cussing a lot.
Yeah, they were. I know it was awesome. And then they had to stop. They told them to stop doing that.
Yeah.
When they made their big, it's like, oh no, we're becoming popular in the U.S. now. You got to stop cussing. It's like, no.
So like Lance Archer, he used to spit water at everybody, and they told him to stop doing that.
Well, yeah, but wasn't that like a COVID thing though?
No, he stopped well before that.
That would have clamped down by COVID.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't be able to do that anyways. I know.
He can't do that shit anymore. And then we had our main event: Noam Dar versus Carmelo Hayes. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That was the biggest sneeze.
That was a massive
my little
sneeze.
Piglet.
That
was a big one.
We got Noam Dar versus Carmelo Hayes main event. Really fun bout. I like that Noam Dar is using Judas Effect in his arsenal now. Yep. So down towards the finish, he's looking for that again. Hits it, looking for a suplex. Mello reverses into a cutter. He goes up top, and then Oro goes up and knocks the ropes. So Mello kind of gets crushed over the top turnbuckle, all while Jakara and Lash are distracting the ref. So Dragon Lee and Nathan Frazier come to ringside. They yank Oro off the apron. Dar gets out of the ring, gets in Lee and Frazier's face, and then Mello hits Dar and Oro with the splash off the top rope. He puts Dar back in the ring, hits nothing but net to get the win. So then Mello's making his way up the ramp after his win. He's attacked by Baron Corbin. Corbin puts him back in the ring, hits some ground and pound, follows with an end of days, and holds up that NXT title.
Yeah.
So yeah, this could be a 2-week program, or maybe it could be a month and a half. Who knows?
The crowd started chanting "bum ass Corbin."
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
That was prime Corbin though. So we're gonna do something a little bit different today. No Triple H, but we do have celebrity Stone Cold Steve Austin impersonator Phil McDonald.
Are we doing that before questions?
Oh yeah, well that's just a tease for later. I forget.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes down to like towards the end of a show, I just lose everything. Yeah, we're gonna answer some questions.
Yeah.
We have question threads up for channel members, youtube.com/Stephen Larson, and of course for the patrons, patreon.com/Steve and Larson.
Indeed.
So let's go ahead and load some of these up here.
Let's do it. Blake Whitehouse asked, do you think Tony Khan bending over backwards for Punk will lead to the downfall of the company?
No,
Probably not.
No, there'd be a lot. There'd be like more sort of businessy things that lead to the downfall of the company.
Yeah. Nikyle says, as the current and former members of the Bloodline were elements on the periodic table, what elements would best fit them? Well, Roman would be gold because he's got those titles.
Is gold most precious metal, or is it platinum? Hold on. Price of gold per
ounce. Yeah.
Right now gold is at $1,964.
All right, roughly 2,000. Okay.
All right, price of platinum. Oh yeah, gold's more expensive.
Okay, so gold. Yeah.
Gold. Yeah. What's Jey Uso? He's unstable, emotional.
Hydrogen.
Okay. That's good.
And then that would make Jimmy oxygen because they go together so easily. They're brothers.
Okay.
It's like hydrogen and oxygen go together and make water.
Okay, good. Good.
What about Solo? Silver?
Yeah, sure. Let's see here. Oh, here selenium. There's an element. There's an element called selenium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
A resource chiefly found in the solar system used to develop mechanical units. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. I'll ask next question here. Alex Foster here says, so with NXT being more focused on free agents, should free agent brand only be granted to wrestlers during the draft? I think it'd be interesting if they ran angles on Raw or SmackDown where, at least in kayfabe, wrestlers' contracts to those brands expired.
Yeah.
So then they were free agents and could go where they wanted to try to procure themselves new deals.
I think it'd be awesome. What is R-Type? Is that a video game?
What?
Maybe this is is this a real thing? Yeah, selenium might not be a real thing. Anyways. The head of the periodic table. That's funny. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that'd be awesome. They should do that.
Yeah.
Treat it like a sport.
Exactly. Big Cat says, I'm getting married tomorrow, so in the spirit, what are your favorite wrestling weddings? Oh, it's Indy and Dexter Lewis, and congratulations, Big Cat, on the nuptials.
Oh, yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. The Impact wedding between, back then he was, I forget his name, but he's the Blade now, and it was him and...
it was Braxton Sutter, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but it sounded weird. And Chelsea Green. Mm-hmm. Or Laurel Van Ness. Hot Mess. Yeah, that was a really terrific wedding. Let's see here. We've had that question before. I'll do it again. Ulysses says, after all is said and done, do you think the Judgment Day as a group will one day be inducted into the Hall of Fame? Yeah, I do. I hope so. Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
If they continue on this trajectory, there's a good chance. Mm-hmm. Luis says, of all the major promotions throughout the world, including NXT UK, can you tell me who has the best looking version of each title? Who has the best looking version of a world championship?
Wait, out of all the different promotions.
Yeah, of all the major promotions.
Who's got the best looking world title? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the Triple B.
All right.
I do like it. It would have been New Japan had they not changed it to the Butterfly title.
Yeah.
But the Triple B is a good looking title.
It is. Women's Championship.
You know, what am I saying? I love the WWE title with the black strap. That's my favorite. A big old logo on it. What's that now? Women's title?
Best looking women's title.
Raw women's title.
I mean, like AEW's women's title, this looks pretty much almost exactly like Triple B. Mm-hmm. It's very similar. Mm-hmm. It's a great looking title.
It's a really good looking title.
Yeah. Mid-card titles. Who has the best looking mid-card title?
Oh, I don't know. Stardom's red title. Isn't that their world title?
Yeah.
That's a good looking title.
That is. Yeah.
Best what?
Mid-card title.
The United States Championship.
Yeah, that's a good one. Tag titles.
Not WWE.
No.
Not NXT.
No.
The current trios title look really good.
Yeah,
because the House of Black changed them to
to black and silver.
Yeah, that looks cool.
And then Louis says cups. Oh, the Heritage Cup's awesome.
Yeah, what other cup is there?
Well, like the New Japan Cup. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, G1 is a briefcase.
Yeah.
The New Japan Cup. Wait, don't they get like a big trophy for the G1 too?
Yeah, they get a trophy, but it's not a cup.
It's not a cup though.
But the New Japan Cup's
great.
Yeah, Heritage Cup's pretty cool. Yeah. Timor says, why do you think ticket sales for AEW have not been as great as it once was, while WWE has been seeing great ticket sales for the recent house shows and events? WWE's focused on telling stories. They got the Bloodline thing. People really like Cody for some reason.
The simplest thing in the world. 2 words, Cody Rhodes. But also, I mean, look, you could shake your head, but the proof's in the pudding. They're like, it's not selling well. What do we do? We announce there's some adrenaline in our soul in these tickets. No, but what you're saying is absolutely right. Look, it's not difficult. It's stories and characters. And you got the Bloodline, you got the Judgment Day, you got Cody, you got whoever else. Like, that's the shit, man. People like when you're telling good stories, and WWE's kind of doing that right now.
Yeah, it's more so in AEW. I mean, you could have stars, and you'd have stars return, and that's a short-term pop, but unless they're doing something interesting, people are going to lose interest pretty quick.
Dude, AEW has plenty of names. Mox, Danielson, like, they have names.
Yeah.
But they're just not telling the stories.
No. Nope. That's all the questions I got.
Okay, I got a couple more here. These are all sort of ones that we've already addressed. I'm just scrolling through them. Okay. Good brother Figs says, is it possible Roman could get a custom tribal title belt a la Cena Spinner? You think they're going to give Roman like a custom title?
I would be surprised unless they really have Roman kind of penciled in as champ for like the next 2 years.
Me too. I would be. No, I'll just stop it saying I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if they gave him like a, yeah. Pedro says, who should win the Money in the Bank? Ooh, this is a tough one. Who should win the qualifier between LA Knight and Montez?
I mean, right now, the crowd's really behind LA Knight. It would be weird if he's... I mean, what they should have done is not book them in a qualifying match against each other.
True.
And so that way you have both of them in the match.
Mm-hmm.
But the reactions LA Knight's getting, it would be strange if he's not in Money in the Bank, especially considering there's a lot of rumors that he could potentially be winning Money in the Bank. Unless Montez wins, they usually have those last chance matches from all the people who lost qualifiers.
Yeah,
LA Knight wins that one.
I just don't. It's got to be Montez. He needs it. He needs it more. If he's going to go on a singles run, which he should, they should break up the Street Profits. Then yeah, you saw what it did for him in Elimination Chamber in that moment. Now they didn't run with anything afterwards, but in that moment, it's like we see it. We need more. We need to see Montez as that singles guy. LA Knight would be fine. And on top of that, he ain't going to win Money in the Bank. You put him in the match, and it's going to distract from who should win that. I don't even know who's going to be the guy winning it.
You probably think Dom Mysterio should win it.
I don't think that. That's a fact. He should win it.
No, he should not.
That's beyond opinion. That is truth. That is totally true. I don't know who's in it now. Shinsuke's in it now.
Yeah.
Who should win? Who have we said should win Money? There should be a bad guy that wins Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Well, LA Knight qualifies.
Dude, LA Knight should not win. LA Knight's not believable. I love LA Knight. I love him.
No, if you did, then you'd think he'd be believable as Money in the Bank carrier. I don't think you do.
Dom winning and then becoming champion on Seth Rollins would be amazing, and you know it. You know that's true, Larson. You know that's true. It'd be amazing.
It'd be all right.
Oh my gosh, it'd be. You want to see what's got more heat to it? That movie Oppenheimer or Dom Mysterio as World Heavyweight Champion?
Well, it depends if you're asking Tom Cruise that question.
Tom Cruise, Christopher Nolan has heat with Tom Cruise, man.
Well, it seems more like the IMAX theaters.
Yeah,
hey,
right.
What can be done? Contracts are signed.
Christopher Nolan could say, "Oh, Tom Cruise, you're a legend. Good point. I'll go ahead and let's get these contracts renegotiated so that we'll give a third of them to Mission Impossible."
That ain't happening, buddy.
Come on, man. The dude does his own stunts. All
him.
Nolan did was make a real nuclear bomb, which probably cannot be good for the environment.
Well, I doubt he made a real one.
Okay, I was trying to research that.
You mentioned that they were trying to find something that would estimate.
Dude, yeah, no, Google it right now. Practical nuclear bomb, Chris Nolan. And like every headline is, he replicated a nuclear bomb explosion. I was like, what are the details on that? And nobody has details on it. I want to know how he did it. Did he just detonate a nuclear bomb, or is there some sort of blast pattern in a normal bomb that can replicate the
There's a
mushroom
video
cloud?
here that says Christopher Nolan recreated nuclear explosion without CGI.
yeah, exactly. But
All
then
right,
it doesn't
from,
really.
This is from CNN from late last year.
Maggie says, "I'm glad you added Nolan on that search before you end up on an FBI watch list." Well, I don't know, Lars. You look like a guy who might want to be, replicating a nuclear bomb in your basement somewhere. Oh,
What the heck?
It's a joke, man. Relax.
I have to read, so I guess I don't know. It doesn't really give a lot of details just by scanning it.
None of them do.
It just says it's a huge challenge, massive challenge.
Yeah, it would be. Of course it is. Splitting the atom. It's huge.
There's a lot of challenges, practical challenges is what it says.
I'm just saying, if somebody was like, "Oh, we need a guy. We need to cast a guy who looks like he could be on Oppenheimer's team," you could fit that bill.
Well, that's different than what you just said, which is someone tried to make a nuclear weapon in their basement.
If you grew your hair out and like and grew your beard out and like really dirtied yourself up, I think you could be casting that guy too.
All right, we want to get this SmackDown preview in. Hey,
Yeah.
Do I still have to not make vaguely horny comments to avoid Dick Slavitt popping in?
Slavit's out. Slavit's out.
All right, I don't quite believe that, but all right.
Froze him out. It's all good. All right, here we go. We're going to talk to, who is this? Phil McDonald. Stone Cold Steve Austin impersonator, Phil McDonald. All right, I'm going to bring him in. Hopefully this works. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Phil McDonald, Stone Cold Steve Austin impersonator. I'm here to give y'all a SmackDown preview with my new best friend, Larson. Hey, Larson.
Yes, Phil.
I would like, oh no, we're having stream issues apparently. Listen.
Yeah.
We're going to hear talk about SmackDown in a second. Phil McDonald needs a job. Any chance I can replace Fat John Cena?
Why do you call him Fat John Cena too? That's Triple H's
Have
thing.
you seen him? Looks like a portly John Cena.
Oh,
Like John
nice.
Cena decided to eat two, don't interrupt. He wants to eat too many pepperoni pizzas.
Well, I mean, I don't really. I'm going to say Steve.
Listen to me, don't interrupt. All right. I understand also you got a problem with that son of a bitch, Dick Slavitt, saying too many horny things.
Yeah.
Talking about his organ,
Yeah.
his penis, his rod, wanting to crank it out in the bathroom. I got a question for you, son.
Yeah.
Are you anti-horny?
No.
So you like cranking it in the bathroom?
Well, I don't want to hear Dick Slavitt talk about it. That's the
Oh,
difference.
hell yeah. Guess what? I ain't
What?
wearing pants.
Oh gosh.
That's right.
Can
Let's
you put
talk
the
about
pants on so we can do the SmackDown preview,
let's
please.
talk about SmackDown, but I'm going to do it with my pants off. You can't look at it
Yeah, don't stand up, please.
unless I decide to stand up and show it to you.
Don't stand up, please. At least this is a still frame here, not video.
No, I'm very still. I'm like a ventriloquist.
Well, your mouth's not even moving.
I know I'm a ventriloquist, you dumb son of a bitch. Don't you know what a ventriloquist is?
You can see their mouth do this.
Right,
Or
exactly.
find the moves.
Little Phil McDonald is talking. That's what I call my organ.
I knew you were going to say that. What can we expect from SmackDown tonight?
Roman Reigns celebrates 1,000 days as a dumb son of a bitch. That's right. They're
Right.
going to give him a new title.
What's this title going to be called?
It's going to be called the Tribal Chief title.
Oh, all right.
That's right. It's going to have a picture of his organ on it. Roman Reigns confirmed horny, not anti-horny.
What's
Montez
next?
Ford battles LA Knight in Money in the Bank qualifying match. Yeah, that's right. LA Knight wins this one. Next bitch. Zelina Vega takes on Lacey Evans in Money in the Bank qualifying match. Zelina Vega wins this. Let's talk about cranking into the bathroom now.
No, I don't want to. Please,
Come
no.
on, let's talk about it.
I mean, what
Do
is
you
there
want to
what is
see
there
me
say?
with my pants off?
No.
I think you do. Oh my God, what the heck is that guy's deal? What is that
There's
guy's
a common
deal?
denominator of late. You got Dick Slavitt
Yeah, right.
with the horny talk.
Oh, yeah.
You even had Triple H with the horny talk.
He was getting horny, too.
And now you got Phil McDonald with all this horny talk.
Right, yeah.
There's a common theme there. And it all starts to happen once you're off camera.
Right, so it's not me.
And you've been known to do...
Hey,
let
have
me
you
finish.
noticed? The common denominator is you are on camera.
Whoa. I'm on camera all the time we do the show.
Wow.
You leave camera. These are all... Literally, you do Phil McDonald as Stone Cold impersonator. You do a great Stone Cold. And Phil McDonald sounds exactly like... Yeah, see? Exactly like your Stone Cold.
I had a thing in my throat. Yeah. You know, and it's but here's a more conspiracy is that our stream was starting to die. This is we got to go back to you doing the Twitch. This is absolutely infuriating.
It really is.
Yeah.
Apologies, everybody watching this live on Twitch and YouTube and such.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Thought we tried. We thought we had it worked out.
Thought we did, but
thought wrong.
We're still new at this.
Yeah, we are
still new at this. Anyways, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much to Phil McDonald coming in a little spicier than I thought he would be. But maybe we'll talk to him and we'll figure that out for Monday. A little less spicy then. Yeah,
we got our screen over here on YouTube right now is alternating between green and gray.
And you know what color they say horny is? It's green.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you later.
And you're on the screen right now. That's not a coincidence. Anyways, goodbye, everybody.